Hi all, Violet here, and I'm not dead. Shocking, I know. So what happened to me? Last time you all heard from me, it was January 1st, I believe, and I was debuting the Broadening Your Historical Romance Horizons Challenge. I have to come up with a better name for that next time. We'll figure out what that will be at some point. But, yeah, so, and then I just vanished. So, what happened to me? Well, I got a job, which is great. But then I, had to prep to move several states, and then I moved, and then I started working, and suddenly, a whole lot of the free time that I had for YouTube went to working, and I was tired. So, but we're back. We're back. I'm committed. I want to come back. I've missed y'all. It's been fun. So yeah, things are noodling in the brain for what's going to be next on the channel and all that jazz. And actually things about perhaps writing or perhaps movies, because that was in the tagline, and then I never did any of those. I just did books. So we're going to try new things and be back and present. Woo. Okay, so one of the things that I've been doing a lot of, way too much of, to be perfectly honest, is acquiring a lot of used books. That was a thing I did before, and then I had suddenly a lot more disposable income because of the job, and then that just sort of skyrocketed. I think I've acquired close to 200 books since I've gotten here, and I would show all of them to you, but I don't. I've put them all on the shelves now. So, but I did just get way too many today, so many. So we're going to talk about them, and we're going to talk about them in two sections. So this is going to be they're both historical romance. This is going to be the single title stuff, the ones you've probably heard of, and then the next videos will be categories. So let's talk about historicals. Yay! Okay, so the reason I got this off of eBay, and I got it because most of these, first of all, we've gotten to a weird spot where, a lot of the hauls that I'm, interested in either have a book or two I already own, or have a lot of books I, really don't want. I don't want any Indian books. I'm gonna be real, okay? The Indian historical romances, the noble savage of it all, not for me, not for Violet. I haven't read a single one of them, but I know that. I know instinctively in my heart, nah. So this lot was I think it's 12 books. Yeah, it's 12 books. This lot is oh, okay, I have some authors I recognize here, but none of these I own, and none of them hit that ick factor for me. So here we go. We got Liz Carlyle's A Woman of Virtue. I don't know. This is. Oh, that's a pen name. Her name has nothing to do with that, which is fun. I think this is a standalone. Very exciting. It's about. I can read these blurbs. I can. Cecilia Lorimer has hidden her loneliness by devoting herself to a charity mission for London's poorest women. But when the dashing Lord Delacourt takes control, she feels an uncharacteristic urge to flee. Just 6 years earlier, Delacourt had proved himself to be an immoral rake, nearly ruining her reputation in the bargain. But he's a man who honors his wagers, and one lands him in his brother-in-law's god-forsaken mission face-to-face with a woman who has long haunted his dreams. When treachery closes in, only he knows how to guard Cecilia. But can a profligate knave persuade a virtuous woman that he is worthy of her trust and her love? Okay, so this is second chance, bodyguard, some romantic suspense elements, probably somewhat tied to her helping out a bunch of poor women in London. Seems fun. I don't think this guy's a duke. I feel that would have been in the thing if he was. He's just a lord. God forbid. Okay, we got Loretta chases the last Hellion. This is the fourth and final book of the Scoundrels series, which is most notable for its third entry, Lord of Scoundrels, her most popular book. I read that one, loved it. This is in Loretta Chase fandom, if you will, Chase heads, that's not their name. Do they have a name? Sound off. This book, it's like between Lord of Scoundrels and The Last Hellion. Like, some people like, this is the superior Loretta Chase book. So excited to try and get to this one at some point. Okay, so blurb. A ferocious conflict of wills. Veer Mallory, the Duke of Ainswood, has everything. He's titled, he's rich, he's devastatingly good looking, and he seems determined to throw it all away. Disreputable, reckless, and wild, the last of the Mallory Hellions is racing headlong to self-destruction, until a mind-numbingly beautiful blonde Amazon knocks him off his feet, literally. An incendiary passion. Lydia Grenville is dedicated to protecting London's downtrodden. Dissolute noblemen like Ainswood are part of the problem, not the solution. She would like him to get his big, gorgeous carcass out of her way so that she can carry on with her work. The problem is, Ainswood can no more resist a challenge, especially in female form, than he can resist the trouble she seems to attract. If they can only weather their personal firestorm, they might survive the real danger that threatens all they hold dear. Okay, wildly, these books have kind of similar plots. Like, she seems like she's helping poor people out, and it's like, this man is annoying and hot, and he's like, you're beautiful and hot, and I want to protect you. So, I mean, hey, fun. Okay, we got Jackie D'Alessandro's Who Will Take This Man? And this has a step back on it. So, it's pretty. It's not like my favorite, but like, I like how detailed the bed is. That's fun. Let's see, the thing on here is, has the matchmaker of Mayfair met her match and the dashing lord no woman dares to marry? Oh, so she's matchmaking for an aristocrat. Okay. So, here we go. The wedding of the year. Philip Whitmore, Viscount Greybourne, has survived desert sandstorms, unearthed treasures of ancient cities, and defeated knife-wielding grave robbers. Very, very eventful life he's got. But when it comes to something as ordinary as getting married, Philip discovers that it's not so easy. He's been cursed after discovering an ancient stone tablet that dooms any woman foolish enough to marry him? Okay. That took a turn. All right. Somehow, his fortune, title, and dashing good looks no longer seem appealing, and his carefully selected society bride has left him at the altar. The scandal of the season. Beautiful Meredith Chilton Grisdale is determined to find Philip his perfect wife. The abruptly terminated marriage of the season was going to make her reputation as the matchmaker of Mayfair. So now it's up to her to find someone to marry the most unmarriageable man in England. Yet from the moment she meets the mysterious Viscount, Meredith finds herself falling for a man she should not love. With an ominous curse over their heads, risking her life for passion would be madness indeed. I'm fascinated by how, like, I think this is maybe late 90s, early 2000s. I'm kind of fascinated by, like, how much more suspense is implied in these older books. So yeah, this came out in 2003. And these two, I believe, are both 90s. This one's 90s, I know that. There's, like, a danger element in there. And I feel like a lot of modern historicals don't really go, like, there's an ancient curse that's trying to get them. You know, that doesn't really happen anymore. Okay, speaking of bonkers authors, oh boy, Jayne Feathers, The Accidental Bride. This is from 1999. No step back, but, you know, we got a pretty bouquet on it. Oh, Jayne Feather wrote this blurb as a letter. Dear reader, in my Brides trilogy, this is the third book in the series, I believe, the third and final one. Okay. Dear reader, in my Brides trilogy, 3 unconventional young women vow they will never marry, only to be overtaken by destiny. The Accidental Bride could only be the story of Phoebe, the awkward one. For 4 years, Cato, the Marquis of Granville, had been just another man, the uninteresting, somewhat intimidating husband of Phoebe's older sister. But then her sister died, and Phoebe seemed a reasonable substitute. Okay, man, I guess. Her forced engagement to him Should have been quite a cold-blooded arrangement, except that one day, Phoebe looked at Granville, really looked at him, and saw what she'd never seen before. He was darkly, breathtakingly attractive. I don't think that makes this less of a cold-blooded arrangement, I'm gonna be real. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna stop narrating. Once she'd noticed. She couldn't seem to stop noticing, and suddenly Phoebe was disastrously in love. It would be nothing short of torture to be married to Granville, knowing he didn't love her and never would. After all, Phoebe was not the kind of woman men fell in love with. Phoebe, with her untidy hair, her rumpled clothes, and her fingers forever ink-stained from the poetry she wrote. When running away does not solve her problems, Phoebe decides to try something a little different. Something that involves a little change in wardrobe, a daring new attitude, and a bit of brazen seduction. Granville is about to discover that his awkward Phoebe is a woman enough even for him. Warmest wishes, Jayne Feather. Jayne, what? This is gonna be buck wild, I feel. Okay. We got Once Upon a Kiss by Jayne Fresnia. Oh, this is an arc. Okay, wild. I'd never heard of her before. Okay, here we go. In the sleepy village of Hawcombe Prior, the 5 young ladies of the Book Club Bell Society are looking for their own leading men. The perfect hero. When handsome, mysterious Darius Wainwright strolls into town, the Book Club Bells are instantly smitten with his brooding good looks and prideful demeanor. It's as if he walked out of the pages of their favorite new novel, a scandalous romance called Pride and Prejudice. But Justina Penny can't understand why her fellow Bells are starry-eyed in the newcomer's arrogant presence. Surely a wicked Wickham would be infinitely more fun. An unlikely leading lady. Justina is the opposite of Darius's ideal woman. Not that he's looking for romance, but when he discovers her stealing apples from his uncle's orchard, he can't resist his own thieving impulse. A stolen kiss from the mischievous Miss Penny leaves Darius wanting much, much more. If it's a dashing villain she desires, Darius is more than willing to play the part. Okay, I don't think Pride and Prejudice was scandalous even for its era. Like, there were gothic books that were, like, way racier than Pride and Prejudice. But this does sound kind of cute, I will say. Okay. Next we got Never a Bride by Amelia Gray. I don't think I've heard of her either. It's blurbed on the back by Kat Martin. This came out in 2001. Okay, so. He has a scar on the back of his neck. That's all Mirabella Whittingham knows about the man who's responsible for her best friend's death. So, she's been kissing bachelors all over town in hopes of finding him. Sure, London society is shocked, but why would she care about what people say? Her fiancé, a man she's never even laid eyes on, has been gone for years and shows no signs of returning. She's given up hope of ever becoming a bride. Then, having resigned herself to a lifetime of pretend passion, Mirabella is shocked when a man's kiss makes her tremble with lust. She is even more shocked to discover that he is none other than her long-gone betrothed. His painful past and her ruined reputation may stand in the way of true love, but if there's one thing Mirabella's learned, it's never say never. So, I gotta assume he's the one with the scar on the back of his neck? That plot that just kind of leaves in the blurb, but, okay. Alright, we got 2 Stephanie Laurens next. We've got The Elusive Bride. This is a part of a series. It's not The Sinsters. It's like a short, like, quartet series or something like that. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is a very short blurb, I guess. Do we have a better blurb here? That's a diary entry, so no? No. Okay. A second battle-hardened, completely unstoppable... I'm sorry, I gotta... Okay. A second battle-hardened, completely unstoppable, all-male hero. An ex-officer of the Crown confronts the deadly enemy known only as the Black Cobra. the all-male hero just really got me. Okay. He's focused on his mission, then sees a lady he never dreamed he'd see again, with an assassin on her heels. She secretly followed him, unaware her path is deadly, or that she'll soon join him in to battle a treacherous foe. Through ever-present peril, through passion, desire, and ecstasy, they race to reach England and their destiny. So I guess this is a spy book. Okay. He, saves her, she's following him. They're stopping a plot against the crown, I'm guessing, and they're horny for each other. Cool. And then we've got Impetuous Innocent, which I don't think is a part of the Sinsters either. So I've got 2 Sinsterless books here. After the death of her father, Georgiana Hartley returns home to England, only to be confronted with the boorish advances of her cousin. Knowing no one, she flees to Dominic Ridgely's estate, hoping the nobleman will bestow a neighborly kindness upon her. The Viscount hears Georgiana's plea to find her a position as a lady's companion with barely concealed ill humor. A lovely innocent such as Miss Hartley subjected to that wretched existence? The very idea is preposterous. Instead, he takes matters into his own hands, introducing her to his sister's influence. Suddenly, Georgiana is transformed into a lady, charming the ton and cultivating a bevy of suitors. Everything is unfolding according to Dominic's plan, until he realizes that he desires Georgiana for his own. This is maybe like an ugly duckling kind of transformation story situation. Okay. Alright, we have Passionate by Anthea Lawson? This came out in 2008. Oh, what? I didn't even say when these came out. Let's see. Impetuous Innocent was 94. And this one was later. I think this is 2000s. Back it up. 2010. Okay. So this is I don't even remember what I said. Love that. I'm so not in practice on this anymore. 2008. Okay. So, before she must wed, Lily Strathmore decides upon one final adventure, a botanical expedition through the wilds of North Africa with her uncle and his family. Okay. In search of a fabled bloom, James Huntington soon joins them. Handsome to a fault and rakish to boot, he has the maddening habit of catching Lily at her most improper, and his sensual kisses are only the beginning of their passionate intimacy. Huntington finds the beautiful Miss Strathmore impossible to resist. With each passing day, their desire for each other grows, and in his wildest dreams, Lily is his and his alone forever. Ooh, now they're going to North Africa for an expedition. I don't know about this one, guys. We might be running into some Noble Savage problems, but at least it's not a main character. I don't know. That one seems a little sus. Hopefully I'm wrong. Okay, we have 3 more. We got A Rake by Any Other Name by Mia Marlowe. It's like this. Okay. Reluctant lord, resistant lady, superfluous fiancé, and a devastating family secret. When Richard Barrett, Lord Hartley, is abruptly called home to take the reins of the estate, he discovers the extent of his family's financial straits. The remedy? Marry the heiress their families have picked out for him. Unfortunately, he's already planned to marry someone else. Miss Sophie Goodnight isn't too keen on becoming his purse with feet, and he... That's a really good line, I'm sorry. Okay, Miss Sophie Goodnight isn't too keen on becoming his purse with feet, and she sabotages all attempts to woo her. But when Lord Hartley discovers the shenanigans in his father's past, he realizes that deciding between 2 beautiful women is the least of his problems. Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay. He's engaged. I assume he's falling in love with his original fiancé. I don't know. I've never heard of her either, so that's fun. Okay, Megan McKinney's Gentle from the Night. So, I think this is a part of a series. I've heard of Megan McKinney before. I think Lions and Lace is her most popular book. I have not read any of her books, though. This came out in 97. Okay. Left penniless after her father's death, Alexandra Benjamin strikes an unusual bargain with John Damian Newell, the darkly seductive master of Cairncross Castle. Hired to teach his troubled younger brother Samuel to speak, she must first win her charge's trust. It is a daunting task, but one in which she is determined to succeed. Then the whispers start. Crueler still are the secrets Cairncross Castle keeps. Secrets of a woman who cared for John Damian and Samuel as children, only to vanish amidst chilling rumors of murder. Secrets that tell of a ghost who still roams the castle's midnight passages and seems to command the hearts and minds of both John Damian and Samuel. Secrets that lead Alexandra through a labyrinth of twisted lies and ancient mysteries, to where the answers lie waiting in the darkest chambers of the heart. Okay, this is a gothic, right? Like, 100% a gothic? That's fun. Okay, I'm into that. Family secrets, big spooky house, there's a ghost maybe. That sounds fun. And finally, we've got Renee Ann Miller's Never Marry a Scandalous Duke, which is apparently part of the infamous Lords series. Never heard of her either. Part of why I got this box is because there are a lot of historical authors I've never heard of in it. We got this came out in 2022, so my newest one as well. Okay. A thoroughly roguish nobleman and a devoted lady entomologist have absolutely nothing in common. Or do they? Love is far from scientific when it truly blooms. In the eyes of the temps, Lady Sarah Ellesmere is so firmly on the shelf, she might as well be nailed in place. Not that Sarah minds. She is far more concerned about her study of butterflies than society's gossip. Of course, it's also true that the nervous laughter that ruined Sarah's debut, and every social event thereafter, is a bit embarrassing. She can hardly help it. Men are quite nerve-wracking. Except for one. The rake who pulls her into a dark room during a costume ball and kisses her senseless. He doesn't make her titter, he makes her burn. Ian McAllister, the Duke of Dorchester, is perfectly satisfied to remain a rogue for the rest of his days. But when he finds he has kissed the wrong shepherdess, albeit a decidedly luscious one, he's faced with a dilemma. His indiscretion with an innocent may cost him a lucrative business arrangement, and his two scapegrace wards need a maternal influence they can't scare away. Promising Sarah the use of her dowry to fund her studies seals the pair's business-like deal. But as they embark on their life together, they discover that their mutual attraction has sparked a desire not easily tamed, and certain feelings each of them are surprised to own. Can their matrimonial experiment possibly end in real love? Okay, so this is Marriage of Convenience with a nerdy heroine. We got orphan kiddos and everything like that. Seems fun. Okay, so those are all the single title, like trad pub books. The next ones, the other ones are like all Harlequin historical, so excited to get to those. But yeah, I'm back. I'm alive. I'm here. We're doing things again. We're doing stuff. Woo! Yeah, so have fun. What am I saying? I'm so out of practice. It's almost like I haven't recorded in 8 months. So, okay. Happy reading all. Happy life. Stay safe and everything. And I will see you next time. Bye.